Welcome, everybody, to the F4 Hunger Awareness Show.
It's my goal to feed 1 billion people before I die.
We want to bring awareness around the issue of hunger and food insecurity.
7 to 8 million people served so far. With the sole goal of eradicating world hunger by connecting sources of food to recipients in need. Fiorenza's Food for Friends.
Hey everyone, Derek Fiorenza here with Fiorenza's Food for Friends, bringing you the F4 Hunger Awareness Show. And today we have a very special guest, Christine Wesley. She is with Stove & Co., Stove and Tap in Westchester, and we're going to spend some time talking to you today, Christine, about the restaurant that you work at and overall the ownership group, the different restaurants that are part of it. And what's bringing us together today is the exciting event in Westchester, the Chili Cook-Off, which F4 is hosting. I have my F4 shirt on. We are on fire, literally. Well, I should say figuratively, not literally, but my shirt is kind of on fire. And we're excited. Yeah, bad jokes, Christine. This is part of it, part of it. But no, we're excited to have you on. You're competing again in the event this year. But before we get into the chili cook-off, I'd love to learn a little bit about your organization and then specifically the restaurant you work at.
Yeah, awesome. We're excited to be here. Love the chili cook-off. It's one of our favorite events every single year. We love being part of it. It's a great community thing, so we'll get into that later. But at Stove and Tap, our big restaurant group as a whole, we have 7 locations. So the big thing is that we come from a scratch kitchen. Everything is made down to every sauce. Everything that's coming out of our kitchen is going to be handmade. Putting our love into every single little thing. Even our sauces are made in-house. At each location, you can find something a little bit different, but those are our core values of being able to accommodate a nice date night or dinner with family and friends and everyone getting together. Uniquely at our location, we do have a large space, so we love having large groups. We can accommodate that in Westchester, which is a little hard to see sometimes. It's a tight little town, so we can have people coming in from Iceland or USTC, and they give us a call and they're coming in with 40 people and we can make it happen. So we love being a place where everyone can kind of come together, have a great time, introduce fun things, if it's our nachos or awesome espresso martinis or pairing them together and going crazy. That's one of our big things that we pride ourselves on.
It's awesome. So we have the website up, and this podcast goes on YouTube and on Spotify. So for those that are listening on Spotify and iTunes, we'll have a link to the website. But what we're looking at now on the Stove and Tap Westchester website, it looks like you can book private events here, Christine. I'm looking here at the instructions. Yeah, private event inquiries. So you can set up for different occasions, whether it be birthday parties, baby showers, office events. Do you do dine and donates too for like
We
charities?
We do. So our private events are awesome. You can put everything in through there. Our events coordinator is amazing, being able to adapt our space to be able to accommodate, again, at any location that you're looking for. We have availability here, Lanzo. We do off-site catering as well. We also actually have a basement bar as well here, Good, Bad, and Ugly, which is an awesome time that we have down there. You can also book that for private events. A lot of fun. We have a pool table, shuffleboard, darts, DJs on the weekends. It's a great place, good vibes. It's so much fun. And as we like to call it, GBU is the slang for down there. So it's a great time as well. We also do dine and donates. Dine and donates are geared a little bit more towards upstairs, but we would have them anywhere in the restaurant. We love to give back. One of the big things here, at least in Westchester, and especially because I'm born and raised here, the community is one of like the most important things for me, especially just being here my whole life. Helped raise me, helped, have that community is really important as kids are growing up. And even being adult, it's just a great time to be around everyone. So we do enjoy kind of doing anything for the community to help. So if that's our dine and donates, which is one of our big things that we're focusing on this year, we've been doing yappy hours this summer, which is nice. We've been able to utilize the street being closed, which has been a lot of fun. Getting dogs adopted. I mean, who doesn't love dogs? That was awesome this summer. And then towards the fall, with the outside closing a little bit, at least the street, colder weather, which we love, we will do some dine and donates inside. So bring everyone in, anywhere from celebrity bartending to just raising money for a good cause is something that we definitely hold near and dear to our heart. So definitely something, if people are looking to do a dine and donate, we'd be happy to, if you inquire to us, we'd be happy to coordinate something with you. Eat here and we give back a portion of that back to whatever the foundation is.
It's a great idea, especially for like your holiday parties, when you're running a nonprofit. Bring the board, bring supporters out, and just enjoy some great food, good company, and get some money raised in the process. So you have live music too, Christine?
We do. So we have live music in the summertime, which
Okay.
is a great time. We have that on the street, right on Gay Street between us and Saloon. We have great neighbors. We like to coordinate a lot of fun things out there. So we do live music on the weekends in the summer. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And
Yeah.
then come into the fall again when it's a little bit chillier, the streets no longer closed. We'll bring that music right inside. So we'll still be able to do live music. We have a nice section that goes around. It's surround sound. So we'll be doing that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. If you miss that live music window, which will be until 9 and 10 o'clock, respectively, on the days, you can head downstairs to GBU, and we have our DJ down there from 10 to 2. So we have music covered for you Thursday through Saturday in town.
Right, and I love supporting local musicians. So this is right under Stove and Tap in Westchester, the good, bad, and ugly.
It is. It's right underneath us. So you can come up here. It's great to kind of sit down, have dinner, get your stomach full, get a nice little cocktail. And then if you're ready to go out, start dancing on the dance floor, playing some pool, some darts, having some a little bit more fun after dinner. You can come up here, sit down with some family, have a nice meal, and then head right downstairs and have a little fun night for you as well. So they're open till 2 a.m. So you can actually head right down there in a staircase that's in our building. You can also come right on the side of our building off Darlington Street to get in there.
Okay, so then just backing up a second.
Yep.
Stove and Tap are two restaurants. You've got one in Lansdale and then the one you work at in Westchester.
That's correct. Yep.
And then Good, Bad, and Ugly is really more of a hangout, and that's right underneath the Westchester location of Stove and Tap.
That's correct. So it's a full bar, and then they also have a food menu as well. So it's definitely coming from the same scratch kitchen, the same cocktails, but just a little bit different of a vibe downstairs and upstairs.
What is a scratch kitchen? I've heard that term before.
Scratch has made everything, source everything locally. Bring anything in. We love the community, so bringing anything in. Like for example, we have used the same coffee company, Backyard Beans. They've been good to us since the day we opened in Lansdale 10 years ago. So it's just important they were there for us from day one, and they're still with us. This 10 years later, still supporting us and been great to us. So we do try and, the people who we're loyal to them, and helping others, smaller places kind of growing up, and making their move, instead of helping all the big guys, I guess, in the game. But that being said, we'll use their materials or, their food, bringing that in and making everything from just the basic up, making our own balsamic, our own ranch. Our ranch is phenomenal, by the way. Um, but making our own hot sauce and making, everything is prepped in house. Smoking our wings. It doesn't just say they're smoked. We take a long time smoking those. We get into smoking pellets, and it's a whole process of bringing it from what it is when we get it into elevating the taste of everything.
So you make all your sauces in-house.
Everything but our ketchup. I will admit that we don't make our ketchup.
That's incredible. So then, if you're making things from scratch and you're using local, then I would assume that you don't have a whole lot of waste.
We don't. We don't have a lot of waste. If possible, if for some reason we did have extra, we could outsource, because I know obviously your foundation,
Yeah.
providing food for those. We would definitely be something we would be interested in if we had extra, but we always try and order, as best as we can. We're not perfect, but
Right.
to the exact amount that we need to not waste any food.
Okay, so can we talk, Christine, about the other restaurants that are part of this group?
Yeah.
So
So
go ahead.
we have, yeah, so we have two El Paso stores. So one is going to be in Exton. That's going to be kind of our closest relative over there. And then we have the other one in towards Lansdale. So we have that one over there. Both are, again, scratch kitchens. Again, that's a little bit more of a Mexican vibe for us. We do use, kind of, when we do our Taco Tuesday here, we do take some of their recipes that they are staples for them, and we'll utilize them here. So we definitely are using that company wide of those great margaritas, great tacos. You can get them here, or you can go out to El Pastor at either location and get those there as well.
That's awesome. So you guys have all these different areas covered in these different locations. It's really neat. This looks so delicious, by the way.
El Pastor is awesome.
Yeah, so this is in Eagle View. Is that where they have was it Restaurant Row? They have live music there in the summer down in that area?
They do, yeah. I
Yeah.
believe they just had one on Tuesday.
Yep, I know that
Yep.
area. Okay, so that's El Pastor,
Yep.
and then looks like Joey Chops. Is that right?
Joey Chops, right? So that is out in Malvern. Uh, Phenomenal steakhouse. I mean, the words can't even express. Like I can't put it into words. It is honestly, it's hand picked steaks.
Wow.
Everything is it's served to perfection, and
Hmm.
I'm not just saying that because it's part of the
The
group. I
system,
guess,
yeah.
yeah, it is phenomenal. It is an experience. We've been named in many articles and magazines as a top 10 place, kind of in even compared to places in Philly of people to get steaks. So we're very honored by that. A little bit of a humble brag, but
Yeah.
pretty cool that we're up against the big guns in Philly. So it's a great place to just have a really nice dinner. They have an inside outside bar, they have seating out there as well. So really just a great hand picked steak. And you can tell that there's kind of like love in every bite that we put into that place.
Yeah, I am like so hungry. It doesn't help that I haven't eaten yet today. Wow. This looks incredible. So I'm just returning back to the Stove and
Yeah.
Co. Now, it looks like there's two other restaurants affiliated with Stove and Co.
There is, yeah. So Roosters is our newest name to the game. So that one, I have actually not been there yet,
Okay.
unfortunately. From what I've read and what I've talked about, just because we are always in constant communication through our restaurant group, it is a very close reflection, close to a stove and tap. Again, from my understanding, every menu is a little bit diverse, but we are still getting kind of the same idea, scratch kitchen, same product from local places throughout the company. So no matter where you're going, you're still getting that strong sense of, again, scratch kitchen where not, no waste, getting really to the point of delicious food and great service is one of our big things. They are very community oriented there as well. So they do have a lot of great things going on there as well. Unfortunately, when they're busy, I'm busy, so I can't make my
Yeah.
way out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
But they're great, and I've heard great things about the community for Eagles games, Phillies games, and then they do have a local theater there. So
The
there's a
Keswick.
lot. They have a lot of times that they kind of come in waves of trying to come before the show or after the show. And they always make it work, which is nice. They make sure that you're not going to be late for the show and make sure there's somewhere to go after the show.
Yeah, the Keswick Theater's been there forever. It's
Yeah.
awesome place. I've seen a couple shows there. So this is relatively new, Christine, this
It
restaurant?
It is new, yeah. So they opened it. Oh, don't quote me. I want to say it was last year, um, but it's our newest one to the group as a whole.
Okay. Yeah, what we'll do too is in the link to the show, we'll put the social media links. I think this is great. People can follow on Facebook and Instagram. And then there's one more. Uh-oh, it's my favorite thing in the world, pizza.
Revival Pizza. I know. I'm so lucky. We have great flatbreads here. Again, we it's nice because they can give us what they're good at and tell us how to make our flatbreads and everything better. But it's a I would say a little bit more an upscale pizza pub.
Yeah.
Really, really great. Again, fresh ingredients. They do a good, decent amount of takeout there as well, just because pizza obviously travels so well, and who doesn't want pizza? But you can definitely go in, grab a drink, bring the kids. They have some games in there as well too, so like arcade games and things of that nature to kind of keep them busy, which is nice. And while the parents can enjoy, grab a cocktail, get some pizza, happy for the whole group. And I will say too, at multiple of our locations that we do have different options of kind of a bingo trivia night, music trivia, and that's assorted throughout the restaurant group. Again, I don't quote me on each one at the times because, like I said, there's a lot going on in the company, which is awesome. But we do try and kind of do some kind of community things of bingo and music trivia. We did a Taylor Swift trivia last year here, and that was awesome. So they do a lot of fun things there. And again, it kind of caters to that we can cater to the adults and they can have a good time. Also bring your kids and have them have a good time, get some good food and be entertained as well.
They all look amazing, Christine, but I feel like I'm gonna have to go here.
I won't take it personally.
Pizza. No, I mean I've been to your restaurant before too. I'm just saying this is I didn't know about this. And whenever I see a pizza shop, I like gotta go. I love pizza, so
Yeah, so that's going to be in Chester Springs. So not
Chester
too
Spring.
far. Yeah, not too far away. All of our locations are, the furthest I would say is about 40 minutes, um, any direction, but we are pretty close to everyone, about 20, 25 minutes. So it's really helpful that we can all kind of be supportive, give each other feedback. The chefs can say what's working and what's not. Hey, I got this great product, try it out. So it's a very the community within our company is awesome to work for as well.
Cool. And high level, maybe just, a few words about how this got started, the story.
So Joe and Justin, they worked together. I'm not sure if this is on there, so this might be the inside scoop for you. So they used to work together back in the day, in Philly, and they did that for quite some time. Where one focused kind of more of back of house operations, and one was, he likes to say, forced to front of house operations, and that's kind of how it kind of came together. That we have one solid guy for our front of house and one solid guy for our back of house. They came together, and I guess from their personalities, they probably said, "Hell, let's open a restaurant." I can just see them now. But yeah, so they came together, opened their first restaurant, and it skyrocketed from there. So we do have those two guys, great people to work for. Just awesome people, very supportive. Even though we have a lot of locations, you give them a call anytime, and they're there for you. We also have our VP. She's very important in the big role of everything as well. So she is kind of the in between. There's Joe for you.
Yep, Joe. That's just
Um, Joey Chops, if you can see that little.
Yeah, I
um,
see it.
and then Justin for you as well.
Yep.
Again, great guys. Ashley is kind of that in between, so she's going to be that in between kind of communication between those guys and with the store kind of level location. So she was from Philly as well. Really made it big in kind of the cocktail era and the big bars down there. She did some nonprofits as well. From if my memory serves me correctly, I don't know if it's written on there, and now she kind of is just our support for anything that we might need, a second opinion or input on processes moving forward or making us better.
So, and then one of the things I read on there was that they had to close 4 restaurants around the pandemic, and now they have 7.
Yeah, it's crazy. We were very lucky that we were able to, get through the pandemic, which obviously was hard on everyone. I know, a lot of people didn't survive.
Yep.
We bought this location, and I think 5 months later the pandemic hit.
Oh,
So it was definitely a team effort behind the scenes of getting it ready when the world was ready to open back up.
so was catering very helpful during that time? Did you guys lean into that more? Catering?
Catering, I think, kind of universally, I think that was the big name of the game for most restaurants that tried to stay, open, kind of being on like the bare minimum team, getting in, the products that we have. Again, it was such a big community effort of, a lot of companies, let's say for like beer companies, they were able to like give us credit and take back the beer that would have gone bad, or there was a lot of companies that would take back whatever product that we brought in that we weren't able to sell, so it wasn't just going to waste. So that was really helpful during that time. So it was definitely a group effort of not just us, but the other companies that were using for said products. And
Yeah.
then bringing it in as needed for any kind of catering. A lot of people were great. Again, community doing takeout, even though they knew they could go out to the grocery store and order it, but they wanted their favorite places to stay open. So it definitely was something. Takeout was a definitely name of the game for, I'm sure, many people cruising through that tough time for everyone.
Yeah, and going out to eat is so special. It's such a nice experience. So it's nice that you guys and your restaurants were able to come back stronger from that terrible event.
We definitely were. Like I said, we locked out a lot of places. Unfortunately, didn't bounce back. But I do think you can only be prepared. I mean, I don't think anyone could prepare for that.
No.
But I definitely think the group that kind of we put together and to come back out and it's a strong unit is really big in continuing kind of our success from that.
Yeah. Well, I am grateful that you guys
Yep.
came through it, and I know the community is too. And a big reason for that is because you guys do a lot for the community. And we'll kind of maybe segue into the cook-off I have up on the screen. I'm just going to leave this for any charities that are interested in the dine and donate. They can kind of fill out an application, which is great. But the Westchester Chili Cook-Off, our organization took this over last year, and we started preparing in August because we were waiting for the borough's approval. This year we were approved in January, so we've had more time to prepare and streamline it. But you've always been a supporter, I mean, you did last year, and I know you said before that you always did, and we're grateful. So why is the Westchester Chili Cook-Off important to you, and why do you think it's important to Westchester?
Those are two really great questions. And I think about this too. Like, we always want to participate first off in community stuff in Westchester. We get the email that something's going on and we're like, doesn't matter, we're in. Today we have a trike race, an adult trike race in Westchester. So that's going to be hilarious. That's going to be on Gay Street. Again, it's something fun, community orientated. So I think a lot of the things that we have, like the Chili Cook-Off Restaurant Festival, any kind of festival or event that we hold in Westchester, I think it's great for the community and the people who live here because it honestly is what makes everyone stay around. They love Westchester. They love it here. Again, I hate to keep saying community, but that's what it is. That's what they stay around for, these great places and for these events that you can't just get anywhere else. But I also think, that being said, for people who don't live around here, I think it's a great opportunity to show them how great Westchester is and how unique it is. So those out of towners coming in, it's a great time for us to say, like, this is who we are, this is what we do, and they fall in love with the town too. So I think these events are just like, I mean, they take a lot. It takes a village, but I would do them every month if I could. But I do think they're great again for the town, for the people who live here, who love Westchester, who this is their hometown or their new hometown, or they're moving here and just showing off what we do great. And it's just a good time for everyone.
And what's awesome is that your leadership is behind it. So like they support it, and that's like so important. I always say that. Sometimes you do things not necessarily for money and profit. You do things because it helps other people. And when we took over this event, the whole purpose of it, our organization is in existence to help end hunger and food insecurity. And we do that mainly through food recovery, but we also do awareness campaigns. And this is part of one of our awareness campaigns. It's to educate the community that there are a lot of people that are suffering. This event brings us all together in solidarity. And now we know there are tangible ways that we can work to help make the plight of others a little bit easier so that that suffering they don't have to do in silence. And I mean, you ever go a few hours without eating, it sucks. Imagine not knowing when you're going to eat again. Like, we have to give a face to those people that are struggling and suffering with love and compassion. And my goal and dream is that this event really becomes that face of hunger. Yes, it's a fun family event, but people now see this is because people are suffering. We can do something about it. So your support is huge because everybody that gets involved is supporting that cause.
I think too, it's one of those things that it's a great town to live in, and the suburbs are awesome. And sometimes I do agree that you could have someone suffering right next to you and you have no idea. And I think that's one of, like, the big things of, there might be people that are even at the chili cook-off that are suffering, and bringing that attention to knowing it's in your backyard, because sometimes you forget, or sometimes you don't want to it's hard to think about sometimes. And I definitely think bringing that to a forefront, that it's could be your next door neighbor, it could be that person that's coming out and they only have this much money but they want to eat dinner. There's just things that you don't realize are happening right next to you. So I definitely think an event like this is bringing that forward as well as making it fun.
Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you for your support. A couple of cool things this year. We're going to be having this event qualifies for the International Chili Championship in Indianapolis next year. So there's four different types of chili. There's a spicy one, a traditional one, which had no beans, one with beans, and vegetarian. And if we get enough teams in each of the groups, we need a minimum of seven. Then and it's hometown restaurants. This is separate. It's being combined. It looks at all of the chili that's entered that day. The winner will get an invitation to the International Championship. That's one new thing, and then another new thing we're doing is we're doing a food drive to benefit the Westchester Food Cupboard. So everybody that comes brings peanut butter, rice, beans, and we'll be collecting it on site, and the food cupboard will be receiving that after the event. And then lastly, like we did last year, any leftover chili is being donated to shelters in town, so the Safe Harbor and Salvation Army. So we'll be doing those things again to kind of bring the community together and really do something tangible. So this has been great. I really appreciate you, Christine. Is there anything that you want to, share with our audience before we leave about your organization or you? Anything that you want to share? Last words.
Ooh, that's a big ask. I think we really did cover it again. We're happy to be part of kind of this town right now, to be on these like unique streets. Just awesome people that are around that come in. We love we loved our regulars that come in. We love new people trying us out, and trying our other locations. We encourage them to try everywhere. Let us know your favorite. It's us. No, I'm kidding. But try all of our locations. Each place is unique in their own way, and we really just pride ourselves from just making everything, like I said, uh, everything made from the top to the bottom, putting kind of our love into it. Everyone having a hand, and it's a great space to work, and it's a great place to have people come in and community come in together. And doing events like this, I mean, you can't put anything on that. It's awesome.
Awesome. Well, Christine, thank you
Yep.
for your time today. Thank you for your passion. I love how passionate you are about food and about Westchester and
Yeah.
these other locations you have. Congratulations on your growth. And we look forward to seeing you on October 12th, if not before. So, with that,
Right.
I'm Derek Fiorenza, and today our guest was Christine Wesley. She is with the Stove and Tap in Westchester, part of the Stove and Co. Restaurant group. And we appreciate you listening, and we will catch you soon. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.